We barely made it out of that house alive. Thank God there isn't a second one. Oh, God damn it. House 2, the second story, is the sequel to House, which if you have not seen my video on, please go watch it. I swear it is not horrible. The sequel to House basically has nothing to do with the original. In fact, it's in a completely different house. It has an entirely different cast, a different MacGuffin, a different story, and everything else, plus time travel. So does it stack up to the absurdity of the first one? Does it do what all sequels need to do by adding something more, by being different, having something to say other than what the original one already said? I can answer all of those questions with a very solid This movie is kind of batshit though, but I do not expect anything else from Ethan Wiley. I think everything about this movie is explained in the intro. It starts with this family giving their baby away to these people. We have no context or motivations or anything. We just see a baby crying and the parents giving the baby away, which is like understandable.
Fair enough. I'm a little lost, but fair enough.
Parents go up to a giant fake horse room that everyone has, and then they run into this guy who is some sort of zombie cowboy who is asking about a skull of some kind. He then proceeds to shoot them both as zombie cowboys do.
That's all, folks.
And then we are immediately hit with a 25 years later. Let me catch my fucking breath. Jesus Christ, I'm still stuck on the horse room over here. It all happens so fast. My brain cannot keep up here. You can't throw me a crying baby, a life-size stuffed horse, and a zombie cowboy within 30 seconds of each other and expect me to know what's going on. Now we have this guy, who looks like a knockoff Tom Cruise. His name is Jesse, and his wife is a music producer of some kind, who both talk like robots.
It's definitely not built to code.
How many generations of your family lived here?
They move into the house where his parents died. Jesse was the baby who was traded away for a first-round pick. The house looks like an Aztec temple for some reason. The set design is really unique in this film, I gotta say. I mean, it does look fake to an extent, but it does give the house at least a little bit of spice, which is very needed. We then get one of the funniest exposition dumps I've ever heard. Man's just straight up talking to himself.
That was my grandfather. Oh, he must have been my great-great-grandfather. Jesse McLaughlin, they named me after him.
And this is my great-great-great-great-grandfather. He looks so good. Then we get to our other couple. This man is absolutely faded than a hoe. It crashes into this pillar. Now remember this pillar. It's very important moving forward, okay? It plays a pivotal role in this whole movie. This couple also is staying here for some reason. These arrangements are never specified. I don't know who these people are or how they know each other or why they are here and so on. It's never explained. Just go with it. Just like how this guy just went with his haircut. Jesus. The next day, it is revealed that the second girl here is in a band that low-key sucks ass, and the dude is her manager, I guess? They play her music to the music producer lady, and she's like, oh my god, Madonna?
That I'd be taken up to hyperspace.
And, you know, bit of a stretch. Tom Cruise explains to the manager guy with bad hair that his great-great-grandpa is buried around the house somewhere or buried close by, and he might have this crystal skull thing buried with him because it was an Aztec ritual to bury a person with his jewels. I don't know why a Wild West outlaw would be buried in North America by Aztecs in a traditional way. But whatever, we'll go with it. That's the tagline of this fucking movie. House 2, just fucking go with it, shut up. The couple of buffoons go out and uncover great-great-grandpa's dead body, and uh-oh, he's alive. What? How he do that? He looks like the sand guy from Star Wars that go, you know? He's also packing. Even in the grave, man, shit goes hard, bro. He's got that heat on him. He then takes the mask off, and he's kind of just like this chill-ass dude, and even has a nice, very nicely trimmed beard. It's like very weirdly trimmed. I don't know. The trio go back to the house, where they simply refuse to shut this main door for some reason. Every time they go through this door, it is never shut. Gramps and the two boys bond for a while. They let him try out America's best and safest hobby, drinking and driving. And Gramps, of course, hits the same pillar as before. I mean, come on. And the chemistry between Gramps and Charlie, who's the music manager, is actually pretty good, and they have some really funny moments, and the guy that plays Gramps is clearly having a very fun time when he's on screen. So you love to see it. Bill Maher comes by. That's right, the guy that's always mad about something and thinks he's super smart because he uses big words and talks calmly. I don't know if it's just me, but I hate Bill Maher. I don't even know anything about him, really. I've never seen any of his comedy. I don't know anything about him. He just sucks. He just seems like he sucks. Like, if you invited him to a party, he'd bring the whole thing down. I don't know why he's in this, but it just feels so weird to see him acting. Of course, he plays a prick, which is like great casting, who immediately insults the two main guys. Charlie responds with whatever this is.
Who's your friend, Bozo the Clown?
No, Bozo the Death Machine.
Bozo the Death Machine? Fucking got his ass. What does that even mean? Bill Maher is there to pick up Jesse's girlfriend, Lady, as well as Charlie's girlfriend, Lady, to go to lunch. Basically cucking both of them, but hey, it's alright, because who needs ladies when you have a zombified Gramps in the basement? Gramps proceeds to tell them all of his Wild West stories as they get drunk, which sounds like a hell of a night, oh my god. And they are suddenly woken up by music coming from upstairs. They go up there, and it's a Halloween party. First of all, how did all of those people get in the house? Charlie explains he invited them, but who the fuck let them in? I mean, I guess the door is always open. Also, since when is it Halloween? No one ever mentioned that once. I had no idea this was taking place in October, let alone having a day on Halloween. What the fuck? This other lady named Rochelle is there, and I guess has some history with Jesse, and she straight up just like makes out with him. And of course, the only person to see this is fucking Bill Maher, who immediately tells Jesse's girlfriends so he can get that jealousy smash in. Fucking salute to you, but, you know, none of this matters, just so you know. None of it really matters. Anyway, a caveman spawns in upstairs, just fucking doo-doo-doo-doo. Is that a spawning in noise? I don't know. And wants the crystal skull for some unknown ooga booga reason. He pushes all of the people out of the way, he takes that shit, runs back upstairs and into a jungle that is now suddenly in this room for some reason. There is a tiny gun joke.
Only had the one Uzi, but I got one of these.
Eat your heart out, Men in Black. He also jokes that his gun is a lighter, but he actually does shoot it at the jungle when they break in. Now, a lot of effects are used here, particularly stop motion, which looks pretty cool, I gotta say. I mean, the first house had some of this stuff too, so it's fun to like kind of see again. The dinosaur looks totally awesome. The two guys get in the fight with the caveman again. Jesse tries to use the gun, but now this time, it is just a lighter.
Thanks, Charlie.
I can't be both. You can't have a gun that's a gun and also a gun that's a light. You can't be both, but it's both. Anyways, other hijinks ensue. Whatever the fuck this thing is pops up, like this is a normal thing. Kills the caveman. They get the skull back, but uh-oh, he's holding it above his head in the jungle. You know what that means. Oh my god, now he has to turn into another stop motion effect to climb a tree. He meets a baby pterodactyl who's low-key pretty chill, all in all, I gotta say. He, and as well as the pterodactyl, fall off of the mile-high fucking tree that they're on, crash through the floor, and end up in the basement with Gramps, who's all, what?
Why didn't you use the stairs?
Now, there is a bug attached to Charlie, but it looks like a dog, so it's like... It's a cool bug. I'm glad it doesn't look like a bug, because then it'd be freaky. But anyway, the wife or girlfriend of Jesse is pissed at Jesse for kissing Rochelle. Misunderstandings happen more and more, mainly because Jesse is fucking stupid and doesn't proceed to show them the literal dinosaur bird in his cupboard.
Look! It's a prehistoric bird!
That would make his entire story seem legit. Anyway, she leaves with Bill Maher and Charlie's girlfriend, but Jesse doesn't even care that much. So anyways, that is literally the last time we see of any of those characters. They just leave. They're never brought up again. Now we all have to cross off zombie feeding bug dog beer with a baby bottle off of our bingo cards, which is a hell of a thing to say. I just need one more, and it's a sex scene with completely naked zombies and Snack Cider. Snack Cider, oh my god. I just need a sex scene with completely naked zombies and Zack Snyder having an orgy in complete slow motion, and I'll have a bingo. Gramps gets the shit kicked out of him randomly by a bunch of Aztec people who then disappear into the fireplace. Sure, why not? I mean, that seems like a thing that would happen. The next day we meet Bill the electrician, and he is legit my favorite character in this whole film. I love the way that he hits his light bulb.
They just got minds of their own, you know, and you just gotta teach them who's boss. You know, sort of give them a spanking. Must be foreign made.
His whole personality is great. He proceeds to fuck with the wiring, and I love that he says oops, and then continues to just destroy the wall.
Oops.
He finds the secret tunnel with all the Aztec people in it. I love the way he responds to seeing a portal to a new dimension.
Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
It's just so casual about it. Bill, being a professional, does indeed come prepared with a fucking sword. Let's go. They go in and see this girl who's about to get executed, but they get there in time to say, no, knock it off, stop it, don't do that. The action scene that follows that confrontation is the stupidest thing you'll ever see. It's the most ridiculous action scene I think I've ever seen. Just random shit is happening. None of the characters are in any danger whatsoever. They save the girl, they get to school, they're just riding around on ropes, really, that's all that's happening. Bill fights off the rest of the people and still beats them back to the real world. He's an electrician and an adventurer. It even says so on his card. That is epic. Shouts outs to Bill. He is fucking awesome. I would love to see a Bill the Electrician spin-off movie. That would be awesome. Oh my god. Same actor too. I don't even care that it's like 30 years later. Same actor. I want him. So now we calm down. They saved him from the Aztecs. We're chilling. I thought we were gonna have a very nice dinner scene before everything keeps going to shit. But then there was a giant cowboy zombie chilling in the salad. Sure. Why not? He shoots Gramps, which is a bitch move to be honest. Jesse then gets his great-great-grandpa's gun and chases after the guy all the way into a western movie set. He's a fight with an evil zombie man in which he should have lost about 30 times because he's low-key ass at everything. He goes back into the house, gets a different gun, because now there's more guns suddenly, and then the cops show up. I don't know how or why they're here, but they do show up, and of course they hit the pillar again, which is hilarious. Comedy comes in threes, people, we know this. He blows up the head of the cowboy zombie. The cops start shooting at him now, thinking that he killed the cop, but it was actually the headless zombie cowboy. The cowboy is now dead, Gramps is also now dead, and being that the cops are still shooting at them, and that no one will ever believe the story of whatever the fuck just happened, and even though they literally have a bug dog and a real-life pterodactyl, as well as two zombie corpses in their living room, which is pure proof to me, the Aztec lady, Charlie, and Jesse all move back to the wild, wild west. They bury the great-grandpa and they live the rest of their life in the wild, wild west. I don't know if that's like the best scenario, but yeah. And, you know, they get their dog and they get their baby dinosaur back. That sets up for a really fun sequel if you ask me, I don't know. And that's it. That's the end of House 2. Can you believe it? I can't. That was fucking absurd. It was definitely original, and I would expect nothing less from Ethan Wiley. Go watch my first video on to see why. This guy has done so much random shit all over the place. I'd imagine any movie he directs has a lot of things going on, for sure. This shit is pretty bonkers. It made good money at the box office, which is wild. There was 2 more sequels after this one as well, which I'm pretty sure aren't that good. There was another guy from Cheers in this as well, which is wild. Both houses have another separate dude from Cheers, and so Cheers clearly made a very solid imprint on the horror genre with just the House series. I really like the effects in this one, all of that stop motion, although it had some major rough points in there. It usually looked pretty cool. That dinosaur was pretty cool looking. The puppets were really well done. The makeup was also pretty dope, especially on the zombies. They look good. The acting was never great, but I do think it got better as the film went along. The movie surprisingly had some good comedy bits in it, mainly from Gramps and of course Bill the Goat. Bill Maher still sucks in this, and I wish he wasn't in this. There's only room for one Bill, and you know who my choice is. The music also was not great in this. It was a bit much a lot of the time, but it was never enough to make me like want to turn it off, which is good. I liked the set design and the costumes. It was clear this took a lot of time and energy to make, so you love to see it and you want to give them their props. It did look a little fake here and there, but some of the masks on the Aztec people looked really dope. After watching the first one multiple times, I did know what tone this film would most likely be going for, and I do think it properly achieved that. They're very similar in tone. Relating this one to the first one is kind of a strange thing because they are so different on so many levels, but you can definitely tell that they are related in some tonal way, which is very hard to do. I do think that the first one is a better film. I like the characters way more, and the acting was way better, and it was paced way better, but still, this one stands out for being original, and so you can't hate it too much. It was really creative, which surprised me the most. Most sequels are like lame, but the time travel segments and all the feeling of adventure and all of this stuff was something that I was not expecting going into it, but I'm really happy that I got. It was a fun time overall, and I would definitely recommend watching it. You might want to do drugs beforehand. Will it become one of your favorite movies of all time? Probably not, but hey, I've seen a lot worse in my life. Shout out to these guys for telling me to check it out. Thanks for watching as always, and I will catch you next time.